And we're hot.
Back in the studio.
In the studio. No sun in the eyes tonight.
No, a lot nicer temperatures.
Days are getting shorter. Except I cut grass and the sun was out. It felt hot. Then I come out here when you pulled up. And I said, I should have waited to just now to cut the grass because it did feel good.
Yep.
Might be a little cool this weekend on the lake.
Gonna be cool in the morning.
I think I got grandkids coming. I ain't sure. One day. Well, I hadn't put that tube up down there, and that granddaughter, when I was over there at that nail salon the other night helping them put it together. Pops, you think you gonna be home Saturday where I can ride the tube? And I said, oh, honey, I got to work day at the hunting camp. I've been home every weekend since I got back from Canada, you know.
Yeah.
And she had that sad look. I said, well, if you can get the sorry parents of yours to bring you up here next weekend, I'll be home. So I don't know if they're coming or not. But
she probably hadn't forgot about it.
Then the other to bring the two demons, I'm sure. Well, one demon and one angel. My angel I bought the 410 for. The demon that I'd be afraid to hand him a gun. I'm afraid he'd shoot me. Jackson, you know you're the angel. Hayden, I'm just kidding if you ever listen to this.
Don't come find Pop.
Yeah, well, yeah. Pops loves you. Don't come after him in the dark with a knife. Anyway, so.
Well.
What do you got?
It took us a couple of tries to make this happen because my daughter's playing volleyball and she messed everything up. But I've been enjoying getting to watch her. But tonight we got Tristen Hargreaves on. Tristen, you on here?
What's up?
Man, glad to finally get you on here. I know me and you, I told Laura, I said, Anthony hasn't really got to meet Tristen yet or talk to him. I said, but me and him, we've knocked down about 3 hours of phone time. So
I've heard about you. I heard about you on my drive back from Canada. So,
oh
yeah,
he can't believe how many people that I know down there from where he's from.
Hey,
yeah,
listen,
that is crazy. It's a small world.
If you and Dustin were over in Rome at the Vatican talking to the Pope, somebody would walk up and look at you and go, who's that talking to Dustin? I'm talking about my son-in-law. My son-in-law's named Justin. They go, who is that talking to Dustin? And it'd be the Pope. So everybody knows him. He can talk.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
Well, Tristen, I
think we match each other on that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a quiet guy. I don't say a whole lot. I keep to myself.
He said he's listened to a few of our podcasts. He knows.
I'm laying back tonight. Y'all have a good rapport going. I'm just going to jump in where I think I need to.
I hope we both get to lay back. I'm ready for Tristen to bring us from being a little kid all the way up to where he's at right now.
Well, he ain't that old. It ain't going to take that long. Now, for me, it'd be a 2-hour podcast just getting to, heck, my second marriage. So,
well, Tristen, tell us where you grew up and all about growing up, and let's just bring it up to where you're at right now, currently in life.
Well, I grew up in a small place in the bend in the Alabama River called Coy, Alabama. And, we didn't have there's a gas station on the outside of Coy. There's nothing in Coy. It's one way out, one way in. And I would say everybody knows about Coy for the hunt.
Right.
I mean, it's awesome fishing down there. There's tons of wildlife. And, I mean, it's a paradise. But I'd say probably about 3 or 4, I started shooting birds and stuff in my backyard because, I mean, it didn't matter. I lived in the middle of nowhere. We were always into something. But I started deer hunting probably when I was, I'd say about 5 years old. We had a few fields on our place where I lived at. And I started out crossbow hunting, but that never would work out for me. I never could connect on one. And I'd say about a year after I started, I finally connected on a little 4-point, and that kind of drove me into the hunting side of things. I mean, I was rooted into it from the beginning. My dad's always been a huge hunter, and I mean, he's into anything and everything, and I guess he passed it down to me pretty hard. And we moved from Coy into Camden, and I spent most of my young teenage years in Camden, and we lived on a tree farm, and I got to really get into bow hunting then, and I wound up killing my first deer with a bow there, and I got to spend most of my middle school career into I moved back to Coy my ninth grade year, and that's kind of when I ventured off into hunting other things other than deer. And, my dad, he never told me anything about turkey hunting or duck hunting or anything like that. I remember going turkey hunting with him once or twice when I was a kid. And, it was all deer. But we finally, a buddy of mine got me into duck hunting because him and his dad had a YouTube channel, and I watched them, and I was like, well, man, I really want to try this. So I went and got my first shotgun when I was 15, and I went my dad took me duck hunting for the first time, and I fell in love with it, and I didn't know that he loved duck hunting also. So I got into that very heavy, and then I don't know who it was, but I was on YouTube one day, and I seen a YouTube video of somebody turkey hunting, and I watched it, and I said, I want to get into this. And I remember asking my dad if he'd take me turkey hunting, and we started turkey hunting when I was 15, and that was the hardest thing I'd ever hunted. And I loved hearing them gobble. I always wanted to go. And I remember my grandfather, I guess he played a big role with me turkey hunting, because I'd always go over there and he'd say, boy, you ain't ever gonna kill one of those swamp turkeys. He said you might as well sneak up and shoot them off the roost. You ain't ever gonna call one up and kill it. Well, he lit a fire under me, and I called a good friend of mine that he comes and buys pine trees from us where I was working at the time. And I had just turned 16, and I was able to drive to him. And I drove down there one morning, and we never heard a bird gobble, anything. We walked and walked and walked. Went from one side of Monroe County, Alabama, all the way to the other side of Monroe County, and never heard anything. Well, we went and got some breakfast, and we were on the way back to the truck. He was going to drop me off and so I could go home. And he said, well, do you want to stop back by there and see if we could hear one gobble? And I said, yeah. I said, it's whatever you want to do. So we stopped back in there, and we didn't hear a thing. And we got 20 yards from the truck. And I said, be quiet. And a turkey gobbled every bit of 50 yards from us. And we sprinted all the way back to the truck. And he didn't have on any of his hunting clothes or anything. And he threw on a leafy jacket, and we sat down right beside the truck. And that turkey sprinted right to us. And I shot him, and he went to flopping like crazy, and we ran up there to him. And we got the turkey, and I was on cloud nine. I really didn't know what was going on. I was so excited. And we got him back to the truck, and he said, where's the beard? And I said, I don't know. I said, it don't look like he's got a beard. So he instantly went to beard rot. He thought he just didn't have a beard. And I remembered vividly that turkey having a beard. And we went back there, and him trying to step on that turkey's head, he'd ripped the beard completely out of it. And that set the hook in me, and I have loved it ever since. That's kind of how I grew up hunting. I mean, I didn't get into anything that I'm into now hunting wise until later on.
Well, that that definitely will strike a fire on you when you finally get on one like that and get him killed. Ain't nothing better than putting your hands on a bird.
That was the
we had several opportunities, but never could connect.
Well, that was the turkey gods giving you the favor.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I had that thing run up, sprint to you right there at the truck. They made you pay your dues a little bit, and then they gave you one in your lap. That'll get you hooked every time.
So that's my dad always told me. He said, if you ever kill one, you'll be hooked. And I came home that day, and the first person I took it to was my grandfather. And I said, look. And he was grinning ear to ear.
I was going to ask you what he said when you showed it to him.
He walked out on the porch. He said, well, you finally got him. He said, I guess you can kill one.
Gotta love them grandpas.
Oh, yeah. And I went back to the house, and instantly from that day on, I hunted every day I could get in the woods for the rest of the season. You couldn't tell me I couldn't go.
Well, when did all the calling begin? I mean, was you already learning how to call then, or had you been tinkering with it?
I had went to Academy, and I had bought me one of those little Primo starter packs. It came with a box call, a pot call, and a mouth call. And I was fooling around with it, but that's all I ever knew was those few calls. And my dad, he always called for me. And that's one day I was on Facebook, and we had a guy I played football with his son, known him all my life. I was on Facebook, and I seen Sadler McGraw Custom Calls. And I went to my dad. I said, I didn't know he did anything like this. I said, I didn't know he built calls. And he said, me either. So I texted him. I said, hey, can you build me some mouth calls? And he did. And I went to practicing with my mouth calls. Well, he sent me a text one day and told me to come to his house and he would help me with my calling. Well, I went to his house and I stayed there probably 2.5 hours, him helping me. And he gave me my first true pot call that I ever put in my hands, and built me some of the first mouth calls I ever had. And that day he told me about his journey through the turkey calling circuit. And I went home that night and I was just intrigued by it. I looked it up, watched YouTube videos on it, and I instantly said, I want to do this. I want to be able to do it. And he instantly took charge and mentored me. And I went to my first turkey calling contest August 9th of 2023. This year marked 2 years at the Alabama State Turkey Calling Contest that I've been doing turkey calling contests. And that was my first calling contest. And when I got on stage, my adrenaline kicked in, and I have loved it ever since.
Hey, you call in several different categories, right?
Yeah, then I only called in the juniors and the hunters then. But now I call in the intermediates, hunter, howling, goblin. I call in anything I can.
I know when you're putting videos up, it's a long list because of all the events that you enter into. Now, did your dad ever call in any contest, or was he just a turkey hunter that loved to turkey hunt?
My dad's always loved turkey hunting, but he didn't know a single thing about a turkey calling contest. He didn't know anything about it, didn't know it existed. And I'm a fourth generation turkey hunter, and nobody in my family knew anything about it.
They probably felt like me. I can kill them. Why do I need to do anything else?
Right.
Or whatever. Of course, when I would have been, if I'd ever done it in my younger days, I'd have been stuck with the Eddie Salters of the world and all that. I'd been relegated to the trash pile.
Been some tough competition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. So that's what I'm going to tell everybody anyway. Well, it would have been. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't get into turkey hunting myself until I was I guess I was 20. Me and my brother decided to give it a shot. I guess, yeah. Somewhere in there. No, let's see. Well, I don't know. I killed that turkey in 98. That's the first one I ever killed. So, I don't know. Yeah. Calling wasn't my thing. I don't know. You going to get in, you talking about getting in a contest? Maybe. Will you hoot or hoot?
Yeah.
As easy as that is to blow, I might do it myself. I give old James a run for his money. So what all competitions have you been in? I mean, I know you've said it's been 2 years. I mean, you travel as far as you can travel, or you hit the ones that's local. What do you do?
Well, the first year I started, I only went to the 2 contests that I knew of at the time that were in Alabama, which was the Alabama State and the Pine City Classic in Jackson. But that next year, I went just as far as I could in every direction. I think I hit up first Columbus, Georgia, at the Peach State Classic, and I think I ended the year back in Jackson, but I went to Louisiana and called in the U.S. Open, and I went to Perry, Georgia, and called the Mid-Georgia Classic, and I called from Mobile at the World Championship to Alabama State, and now I plan on going this year way more contests than what I did last year. That's I've been to all the same contests this year, but I plan on making it to the Tennessee State and the Mississippi State this year.
So those are still to come then? Those competitions haven't been yet?
Those will come up next month.
Have you got qualified for Nashville?
See, in my divisions, you don't have to be qualified for Nashville.
Okay, all right.
That's only in the Senior Open and Senior Friction.
Okay. So what was the very first one you won?
The first one I won was the Pine City Classic in Jackson last year. And I set a goal this year that I was going to place in every contest I went to. Me and Sadler McGraw talked about it before this year ever started. And he kind of told me, he said, this year you need to place in every contest you go to, place top 3. And I placed top 3 in every contest I've been to except for 2.
That's a good year there. That's a good start to the year anyway.
I mean, there's a lot of people that would give their eye teeth for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're well on your way.
And then you've got a calling contest that you're kind of putting together coming up sometime soon, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be the Woody Beck Memorial Turkey Calling Contest in January. It's going to be January 31st.
And that's going to take place where now?
It's going to be at the Three Circles Church in Thomasville, Alabama.
That's down south of where I hunt.
Yeah. We're going to try to make it if we can. Go check it out.
It's going to be big.
I don't know. Oh. Have to get the wife's permission. So you said it's going to be big?
Yes, I've gotten feedback from a lot of people that's coming, and I think being it's going to be in Alabama, and it's in between the two contests in Georgia and before Nashville, I can draw a lot more people from Louisiana and further away from Georgia that can't make it to those Georgia contests and give people an opportunity to get a run in before Nashville. But I'm going to try to make it just as big as I can as far as payouts, and we're going to have. I'm trying to get a catering thing together to have food there for people. I'm going to try to do door prizes and stuff like this.
Now, is it a sanctioned call with the NWTF?
Yes, it is NWTF sanctioned.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And there will be a trumpet division.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see down the road more trumpet divisions, which they are a good many of them out there. I'd like to see natural. I'd like to, there's a lot of people can natural call, not me. But the only thing I can do is be called to supper. But that, I'd like to see, friction have its own category. There's so many people, between mouth calls and pot calls and that kind of thing. I'd like to see them broke apart. I know that's...
Well, friction has its own category. It's mouth calls that don't. You have your open division that you can call mouth calls and friction, but no straight mouth call division.
Well, maybe I've got to see. I'm not a competition guy. I just knew the two. I always see them together. Somebody will have a mouth call, so maybe they need to break it apart a little bit. And, I don't know
because with the history of calling contests, it took a while for the friction guys to get their own division. And honestly, in my opinion, as far as time goes with calling contests, I don't think they need to break up mouth calls to their separate division.
You're just saying time-wise, it would just make a very, very long day to add that as its own.
I mean, it's already a long day for those senior guys. I mean, especially the ones that's got bolts they're calling. I mean, they'll show up there at 7:30 in the morning and won't leave till midnight.
Yeah. That's a long day. That is a long day.
So, I mean, the more divisions you add to them, I mean, it's good, but it also, you've got time restraints too, and not everybody's got a venue to do a 2-day contest.
Yeah. So are you still looking for sponsors and all that sort of thing for your calling contest while you're on here? Maybe somebody's listening that wants to sponsor or do something for you?
Yes, we're still looking for sponsors for the contest. If you want to get a hold of me for sponsoring the contest, just text me at 334-455-0649, and I'll get you all the information you need for it.
Yeah, I'll put that number in our notes too, and with your your social media stuff, so people can get a hold of you. Of course, all you got to do is rewind. Listen to this podcast 2 or 3 times. It'd be great.
Yeah, and jot the number down.
But
so on your calling now, is your mentor still making your calls, or are you sponsored by somebody, or do you make your own calls for these competitions, or where are you at in that?
No, I use several people's calls. I don't have any one specific person that makes my calls, but I'm with Power Calls. I'm a pro staffer with Power Calls, and I run their mouth calls. But I run straight friction and contests. So I mean, I use multiple people's friction calls that they build.
Right.
And there's a lot of good ones out there too.
They sure are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my weaknesses. Friction calls. I like to buy them.
Boy, me too.
I can't carry them all. I like to buy them. I like to play them. And I don't know how you are, but I'll get one out played and I'm going, oh, that's going in my vest this year. I mean, you're probably sitting there going, "That's the one I'm playing next week." But then I hit the next one. And go, God Almighty, this one sounds even better. Let me put that down and get this one up.
I don't use fishing calls at all. Turkey hunting. I carry around my mouth call pouch and my mouth calls, and that's all I use.
Oh, I carry about two pot calls. I don't carry box calls at all. I just don't like toting them. And I carry 5 to 7 different strikers. Then I've got 14 pot calls because every striker sounds different on it. And then you can ask Dustin, I got a pouch. Well, I used to carry a whole pouch set with five or six, at least 5 different mouth calls. And it's paid off. I mean, you can sit there all day and not hear nothing, and you break out the right call, and it's whatever they wanted to hear, or they got tired of hearing everything else and said, "Heck, let me gobble and get this guy on out of here." So,
yeah,
but that happened to us in Illinois this year. We sat there and called different calls. He'd call, I'd call. We finally got the right one, made him gobble that he liked, which I don't know.
Yeah, like going back to when I first got started in the calling contest, really it turned my life around, like flipped the script for me. Without turkey calling contest, I wouldn't be sitting at the table I am right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's opened a lot of doors.
And it's opened more doors than I could ever imagine. And you know, the good Lord's got his plan, and it's been a wild ride here the past 2 years. That's when I got started, I was playing football, and me and my football coach were really close. He was like a dad to me, and he's the guy that we're putting on the calling contest for. And he kept on talking about this dude over in Livingston, Alabama, and his son worked for him. Well, me and his son got real close there in about a week span, and his son died in a car accident. Well, that whole week, his son told me every afternoon, he said, call him. He's going to help you. He's going to help you in your calling. Well, I finally, that night that he died in the car wreck, I texted the guy, and his name's Blake Dial. And Blake has helped me tremendously with my calling. He's been a major mentor to me, and he's helped me tremendously in understanding what a turkey does and how they do it. And that translates on stage with being able to replicate what they do and the tones that they do it and adding inflection. He's helped me tremendously.
There's a lot that goes into that. I mean, realistically, on you guys putting together your run and stuff, it's actually pretty interesting the homework you guys do to get ready for one of these contests.
Yeah, and I didn't know half of what I know now about turkey hunting without him. And that's just he's played another big role in my success.
So are you traveling turkey hunting now? I mean, are you hitting some different states and stuff? Or I mean, I know you're busy and you're in college and all that, but
I haven't been out of state yet, but I already have a trip booked for next year to go to South Florida and start off my turkey tour.
You'll like Florida.
Oh yeah,
we've been twice. We enjoy it.
I'd love to go back.
I'd like to go back there, and I'd definitely like to go back to Texas.
I'd like to go to Texas. I'd like to go back to Nebraska.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to Kansas.
I know you would. Well, that's what we're both. Me and him took a tour one year. We started in Florida, and then we came home for a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and we took off and we hit Kansas, stayed there a few days. Then we went into Nebraska, stayed there a few days. and then ended up in South Dakota, which was absolutely beautiful. I'd love to go back there and just hunt in public.
Yeah.
But we hunted public in Kansas and Nebraska, but we had a hunt lined up with I don't know what you call them. I was kind of an outfitter, but not really an out. I don't know what you call it. It was a place called Turkey Tracks. Great place. But so I ended up killing one in Kansas, and he killed one in Nebraska, and we both killed one in South Dakota. So we got to go back to them two states and get one apiece out of there. But I'd like to go back to Texas and have an easy hunt.
There's so many places I'd like to go.
Next year we've lined up. Last year in Nashville, we lined up a hunt in Missouri and Iowa. So that's our real big one this year. We try to hit a couple of states we've not been to. We may end up in Michigan. We went to Canada this year. We may end up back there. I don't know. I'd love to. Here's the problem, and I hadn't told you this. Rebecca and Selena were making plans. I said, well, wait a minute now. If we have to sleep in that camper, I said, I don't know if you want to sleep with me and Dustin out there in that camper. And that's when Selena said, I got a place for her in the house. I went, oh, no.
Putting us out there with animals again.
We had to rough it. I don't know if you heard our podcast talk about that. We went to Canada and hunted, and they put us in a camper with no running water, no electricity, nothing but a little generator to have lights and a little ceramic heater and an outhouse out back. So
29 degrees.
Yeah. Got down low. It was cold.
Like a good time.
Oh, it was fun. Now, don't get me wrong. It was fun. Listen, I'm old enough. The first house we lived in, we had an outhouse. So it wasn't nothing I didn't remember. And fishing up in Canada, but one year the plumbing was out, so we had to use outhouses. Now when you have a whole camp full of people using one outhouse, it can get rough.
Yeah, that gets serious.
But no, it's you'll love it. You traveling with somebody? You got a partner you going with? Are you going on your own? What are you doing?
Yeah, I know the South Florida trip I'll be going with the program I'm in college. And after that, I don't really know where I'm going to go after that. I think I'm just going to go with the flow with it.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole lot of fun if you got a partner to go with. Don't sit at home and don't go, though. We know Laura. Well, she travels everywhere by herself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody wants to travel with her, though. I would, but yeah, don't let it stop you. And with Tennessee, there's a lot of birds in Tennessee. That's a close state. You can find a place to hunt
over the counter.
There's some land between the lakes in Tennessee too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's birds up in that part. Illinois, not too far away. There's birds up there. That's not a long ride for you. I don't know about public land in Kentucky. We hunted some private land. There's a lot of birds up there.
Yeah.
So it's easy to make a long weekend.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you might be like I was kind of a lone hunter. I had a hunting partner, but we didn't hunt together, but then we sure didn't travel. So until Dustin came along, I hunted by myself. I kind of had to get used to hunting with somebody. Like I said, I hunted with my son when he was little, but I could order him around. I can't order Dustin around. He'll slap me. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, when you hunt by yourself, I don't know if you're this way or not, but you just do what you think's right. You know what I'm saying? But when you're hunting with somebody,
you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, when you hunt with somebody, you go, "What do you think about doing this?" Or what about moving? Or what about this call or that call? Or what about where you want to go? But if you got a good partner and you kind of on the same wavelength and like to kill turkeys, it usually, I don't think we've ever had a a real disagreement.
No, I'm not saying that we made the right call between the two of us. But
I mean,
yeah, that's
now
just
we have hunted in places like the place in Tennessee. It was so big, we hunted together a few times, but to get the odds better in our favor, we split up and hunted. A time or two. So, but what I'm saying is, if you got you a good travel partner, it makes the driving easier. And the hunting more fun.
And you can split the cost.
You split the cost. Expense. Yeah. The gas, the hotel. Yeah. You might be young enough. You sleep on the ground. I'm too old for that crap. I'm finding me a motel or Airbnb. Life's too short. I can get a decent room for $89 somewhere. And trust me, we have slept in some roach motels. I mean, one bad one in Texas. It caught on fire with us. So, yeah.
But we did bring a couple birds home.
Yeah, we killed birds. That's all that mattered. And being an old man like I am, I ain't got a whole many more years. I got a few seasons ahead of me, but there's a lot more behind me. So I'm glad to see you got started when you did, and you got plenty of time to get your Grand Slam in. You might even get you a single season win one year if you hit it right. Dang, I got close, but I'll never get one.
Yeah.
I had Osceola in front of me and missed him. I'd had a single season Grand Slam that year. And that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I've experienced my fair share of misses.
Well, if you turkey hunt, you're going to miss. And if you're dusting, you're going to kill a lot of trees. But I was proud of him this year. He didn't kill not one tree this year.
Yeah, it felt good saving $1 or $2 here and there.
Well, no, you didn't save no money. We shot enough Apex on top of that hill that day to pay for a turkey hunt. He bought a new gun, and it didn't like the ammo. It didn't like the ammo, the Apex ammo we shooting. We swapped over to, what was it, Greenleaf?
Greenleaf.
And it loved it after he had done blowed $150 worth of number 9s.
It was a totally different little machine once we switched ammo.
I would have never thought it would have made that much of a difference.
Me either.
Chokes, I understand.
I had never shot TSS or anything until this season. And I got with Foxtrot Ammo, Bryce Hensley.
Oh, yeah.
And that stuff is mean. I don't think I'll ever not shoot TSS now.
I messaged him tonight. I bought a little 410 for my grandson. He's wanting to try to hunt this year. And I messaged him about I need to get some loads for him and this gun. So, yeah, he was on the podcast one night. He's a good guy.
Bryce,
when I found the right load for my gun, it was game over.
Well, I've been shooting Apex Greenleaf, but I'm gonna get a box of Bryce's if he's got all these tungsten and he's not in short supply. He kind of got in short supply last year.
Yeah.
So maybe everything will be caught up and ready to go.
Maybe we'll get with him this summer and try to buy early,
Yeah.
That way we got it. It's the best way to do it.
Well, it sounds like you've lined up with the right people. Sadler McGraw, Bryce Hensley up there. I don't know who.
Apparently Bo Brooks.
Bo Brooks, yeah.
Yeah, that's social media has got me more places than I could have ever dreamed, along with turkey calling. That's I was always shy as a kid. I didn't want to be filmed. I didn't want to have pictures taken of me. And I was very camera shy. I didn't want nothing to do with social media. And plus I was never allowed to have social media up until later on, probably when I started JV football. But I didn't know anything about it. And I started turkey calling, and I went to my second turkey calling contest, and I always get somebody to film my runs. But I was sitting there watching it, and I had gotten TikTok and all, and I said, a buddy of mine, he said, if you want to get famous quick on TikTok, he said, just start doing memes, like hunting memes. Well, I had been posting that, and it wasn't working out for me like it was for him. And I said, one night I was sitting there and I said, well, I'm going to post a video of me calling. And every video I posted that night got 2,000 views. And I was like, well, that's more than what I've been getting. So I started posting videos of me calling and all that. And it started growing from there. But I really hadn't made that much difference with it. I mean, I wasn't getting very many views, very many followers. And that next year rolled around and I went to the World Championship. And I had started gobbling by then. I had gobbled at the Peach State Classic and at the Mid Georgia Classic. Well, I went down there to the World Championship and I gobbled in it, and I got somebody to film it. Well, that night I posted it on TikTok, and I think it was at a few thousand views that night when I went to bed, and it had jumped up to about 10K views that next day. Well, I went to sleep that next day, and when I woke up that next morning, it was over 1 million. And I was on cloud nine. I didn't know what was happening. And that video was climbing 1 million views a day. And it went off on a...
Do you think you hit a certain number, it just starts propagating then? I mean, have you seen that in your TikTok or whatever videos you put out, YouTube or whatever? It's like once you hit 10,000, all of a sudden it starts rolling, or what do you?
I've seen the more people that you can draw to like and comment, the more success you're going to have with views. And that's with that video, everybody was commenting on it because nobody knew what a turkey calling contest was. And I had people from all over several different continents and countries and just commenting on it. What is this? And all that. There's a lot of funny comments on there. I mean, that's a story for another podcast. But it's crazy how it works. And then I went off in a lull, about 4 million views, and it went by a few weeks. And next thing I know, my phone went to blowing up again, and it had jumped another 1 million views.
Do you start getting approached by sponsors or people wanting to advertise on your channel or page or whatever when you start getting that kind of stuff?
I didn't. Not then. But that's it, jumped up to 5.6 million views then. And the World Deer Expo was coming up. And I'm with Equip Ministries, substance abuse prevention organization out of Livingston, Alabama. And they had asked me to come up there and hang out at the booth and all. And I spent that whole weekend up there. And I didn't really know what was going to go down that weekend. I was just up there having fun. And I walked into the Realtree booth, and Tyler Jordan was sitting there. And I kind of gave him an introduction of myself, introduced myself. And I told him about me going viral on TikTok. And that day he asked me to be on Team Realtree, that they were going to sponsor me. And it blew up from there. People asking me to, wanting to sponsor me and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that weekend I got recruited to the University of Montevallo for the Outdoor Scholars Program. And just a lot went on that weekend. And since then, I've been posting every contest I go to. I post videos. I try to post once a day if I can.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you're pretty regular putting your content out.
Yeah, and I started posting everything that I could post from contests, and it went to blowing up from there. And that's the World Championship this year. I got 4.8 million views on that video. and it's been wild with the social media thing. I've jumped up to 14,000 followers, and I had my own business. I was building mouth calls and selling them, and I was really promoting it. And I was just messing around one night on a TikTok. Bo Brooks he had liked a few of my stuff, and I texted him one night on TikTok, just out of the blue. I said, "Do y'all have a pro staff?" And it didn't take 10 minutes, and he texted me back, and he said, "No, we don't have a pro staff." He said, "But if you want to be on the team, we'd love to have you." And that was the craziest thing that's happened to me in my career, because I wasn't expecting it. And I've been on them. This will be my first year with them, and I've really enjoyed it.
The great thing about this is you got so much youth.
Yeah. You got a long
there's no
road
telling.
ahead of you. Yeah, there's no telling where you're going to end up. One day I'll be in a nursing home watching Outdoor Channel, and I'll go, "Golly, I talked to that boy one time." Well, he'll be my age by then.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll be long dead when you're my age. I'll just be in the ground. But yeah, it sounds like, as Cuz Strickland would say, there's been a lot of divine intervention went on with you and your path. The right people, not being afraid to reach out, though. I mean, just like with Bo Brooks. I mean, just reaching out. Look what it did. I mean,
yeah, and I've learned to not be scared with anything, and just talking with people. You never know what you're gonna get.
No, you're right. I mean, everybody's the same. I mean, they might be people with a lot more money than you or me or any of us, but they still get out of bed and put their pants on one leg at a time. And I was believe it or not, I was real shy, public speaking, that kind of stuff. That was not my cup of tea. I don't know what clicked one day. I was forced to do it in front of several hundred people, and I realized, well, heck, I was watching some of them. I said, they sounded worse than I did up there, so I just go with it now. That's what we do on this podcast. I mean, you like it or not like it, we're going to talk the way we talk and bring up the subjects. And, if you don't like it, turn it off, turn it back on next week and see if you like it. But,
And leave that review.
Follow and review us, please. I'm going to put World Championship Gobbling something in here. I don't know. We'll see if we get this baby cranking out.
Well, I mean, look how intimidated I was when I had to message Tristen, see if I get him on this podcast. Big star like him.
I know. You're such a shy guy. So, but we have found the people in this, and I know wild men over Mississippi don't like it being called the industry, but I'll call it the outdoor group of people.
Hunting world.
The hunting world. I like that. Everybody's not, I've never been, nobody snubbed their nose at me or turned their back, walked away, from Will Primos to Toxie. I mean, him was having a great conversation at Nashville this year, and a woman just butted in between us, and I just kind of nodded my head, moved on out of the way. I thought I'd get back up. We was talking about,
Tom Kelly,
Colonel Kelly. I was trying to think Colonel, but yeah, Tom Kelly, and he was, him and they're real close, and my little talk got interrupted. So anyway, but my point is, everybody's approachable. I mean, we've met some fantastic people that, I mean, you included, but just, just as nice, come on the show, talk to us here. I mean, even just normal people traveling around like we've been traveling. We have met some of the nicest, funniest, just normal, everyday people. Now, I will say when you're in Nebraska, turkey hunting, in a little town and you go into the diner and you're in camo, they will get real quiet and look at you. It takes them a little while.
And they may question you a little bit.
Well, they finally, I think they they got them a guy that probably like Dustin has a gift of gab, and we actually had this old man come over and ask us what we was doing, filling up our coffee cups. We thought he worked at the restaurant. No, he was scouting for his friends at the other table.
Tell him where we were from, what we were doing.
Yeah. So once they found that out, every time we walked in, we had to give them an update on what we had been doing, what we saw. We kept hoping with them and said, well, I got a 500-acre ranch over here. It's full of turkeys, but none of that ever happened.
Yeah, I've came to realize and learn what I live by is I talk to people that's big in the industry. It don't matter who you are, if you're big, little. I mean, if you're not famous at all, I don't know you from Adam. I'm going to talk to you the same as I do anybody.
And that's the way it should be.
I feel like people want to be treated like that. And that's nobody. I mean, some people may thrive on fame and stuff like that, but I feel like, and I know I do. I don't want to be treated like some higher up. You know what I mean?
No. But I'll tell you, this is from an old man's experience. When somebody you followed or you've watched your whole life, from a distance, and you finally get to meet them, and they actually genuinely seem like they're interested and want to talk to you, it'll make your day. That's why now I'm far from anybody running up to me and going, oh, you're Anthony Crow, blah, blah, blah. But I try to take as much time anybody that wants to talk, because I know how the first time we met Eddie Salter,
mm-hmm.
I mean, he was my turkey hunting hero. I mean, he's a tad older than me. So when I was getting into turkey hunting, he was in his heyday of it. And he was a famous guy, still famous guy. But I've been in these seminars. Matter of fact, he'd signed a picture for me one time back in my early days at the World Deer Expo. But the day me and you was at the expo, and he walked up and he was just like your neighbor next door. I mean, we went to Florida and hunted with him. I mean, it was crazy.
He's definitely a good example of what
he's a fine example. Example.
He'll stop eating his meal, get up, shake kids' hands, sign hats. I mean, he's
honest to God,
a real deal.
We were in Florida with him, Alex Rutledge. That showed up. He was hunting with a real famous bluegrass girl, Lizzie Long, we're getting on this podcast. I'm going to harass her till she gets on here. She did message me and tell me she hadn't forgot.
Good.
But she's very busy. But we're all around the table, a group of us guys hunting, and he, like I said, Alex had come over to see Eddie, and blowing turkey calls and carrying on. But there was a family come in, and they knew who they were, and they had little kids, and them two got up, left their meal, and visited with them, took pictures, signed hats, I think gave them a turkey call. I mean, their food got cold while they was over there doing something they didn't even have to do. They could have shook hands and patted the little kid on the head and went right back to eating, but it really made me feel good. I thought, I'm hanging out with some pretty cool guys. So, yeah, always do. No matter how busy you get, take a few minutes.
And I've always, ever since I got into turkey hunting, any kind of hunting, I've always looked up to Harold and David.
Oh, yeah.
Harold Knight and David Hale. And, I looked up to them heavily. I watched their shows 24/7. My dad actually, they would come down, and he was a guide for the place he worked at. They'd take people hunting, and they would come down and hunt. And they'd give him all kinds of calls and stuff like that, and he still will not use anybody else's calls except for Nightingale's.
Well, funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. This past year, I was hoping to get to see David, but he showed up to show, but he's so frail and weak with his sickness that he didn't get to stay long. And we got over there though, and while we were standing, waiting to talk to Harold, he was at the Primos at the 9L booth. He actually had started talking to us, and a little kid walked up, had a little push button call he had bought. And he said, "Excuse me." And he got down, squatted down, and took time talking to that little boy, gave him a lesson, tuned the call for him, signed it, gave him a lesson, told him, he hoped he got him one this season. I mean, spent all kinds of time with him. And once again, that just impressed me and told me what kind of person he is. And he actually pulled us to the back of the booth and talked to us for a good 10, 15 minutes.
Went through his private
I went through his call pouch, man. I mentioned a call I thought I wanted, and I've bought since then, but he said, "No, that's not the one you want. You want this moonshine call." And he pulled it out. He said, I thought he was fixing to pull one out and give it to me. And he got it out and conditioned it for a second and played it. He said that was his favorite call and the only one he used. And by God, I went on a mission. I got one. I also got that Scarlet Fever I wanted, but I won't never take it out of the package. But I was sitting there looking. Cool. But he also... We told him we'd love to have him on our podcast, and he was nice enough to give us a number to call, which I haven't talked to him or called him. Not a corporate number, and get so how we could get directly with him. And so that just tells you the character of really everybody. And I've not run into nobody in this industry that was too good to talk, or you might have some of your internet, I don't know what you call them, little video heroes. I don't know what you call them, that makes their funnies, and not true at Marshall. He's good as gold.
Influencers.
Yeah.
Word.
And they may not talk back, respond to you. I've had a few of those. I've tried to, just reach out to try to get them on the podcast, but more power to them. They got better things to do, I guess, mess with a little old podcast with 25 listeners or whatever. But
Harold Knight, he came, my high school I went to does a turkey hunt every year.
Mm-hmm.
And he came down and he was hunting in it. And I was over in Livingston filming a youth hunt with Blake Dial. And I had called a guy I know. And I said, "Hey," "is there any way I can meet him?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Be at the Mexican restaurant such and such time." I said, "All right." I said, "I'll be there." And I walked in there, and he didn't know me from Adam. He didn't know I was coming. And I sat down right there for every bit of an hour and 30 minutes. And we talked, and it was just like we had known each other our whole lives.
I mean, that's just the kind of guy he is. I mean, they come, him and David, I don't know if you've ever heard their whole story, but, he was a barber and David was one of his customers. Anyway,
I've heard the story.
It just tells you what humble beginnings they came from. All the old timers. I mean, I don't know a lot of the new guys. Most of them were just like all of us. They grew up a certain way. None of them was famous or had daddy, riding daddy's coattails to get where they're at. And I think that's a big difference. In my world of the business I'm in, we got a name. We call them new money and old money. Old money people are down to earth, friendly. They worked and earned it. The new money people inherited daddy's money and they tie it, and I don't know, they just feel like they better. And that's what I love about this hunting community we're all involved in. everybody, like I said, no matter what salary or earnings they got or money they got in the bank, we're all turkey hunters or deer hunters, or some of you people, duck hunters. I'm not no duck hunter, but,
yeah, it's crazy with this industry. I've met everybody that I've ever wanted to meet in the industry. Besides one person, I haven't met him yet, but I am. I've always wanted to meet Michael Waddell, but that's just because I've watched him since I was a kid.
Well,
and
you'll run into him somewhere. I promise. I know he's in Nashville. I almost broke line. Was you with me when I did that?
We sang with his daddy.
Yeah,
that one year at the watering hole in Nashville.
Yeah, that
NWT.
Yeah, if you hang around out at the watering hole after the show's over, they all come around. But I come through and I thought there wasn't no line. He was just talking to a couple of boys. And I said, well, shoot, I'll just stand right here and talk to him.
Yeah.
And I got a tap on the shoulder. It told me that line ended about a mile down that aisle down there. They was just kind of backed away. I felt like that little kid on Christmas Story when he's waiting to see Santa Claus. I done broke line. So, but he seems, I've never met him, but he seems like a good down to earth guy. He come up the right way, just like all of us. And
he's funny. That dude says some funny stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like his point of view on a lot of this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It came out a few months ago, but on score, you know, when they was talking about turkeys, aging turkeys. I mean, nobody ages a dog. Well, they do. They try to. Now they're apparently measuring spread.
You got to have that spread.
Got to have a spread. You ever measured turkey spread?
No. It's straight spurs and beard.
I know. This is no kidding. Tell him the story.
I could care less.
No, yeah, but you got to hear.
I heard it. I listened to y'all's podcast when y'all talked about it.
Oh my God.
With Russell.
Yeah. Well, you got to have that.
We're gonna get that going this year.
Yeah, we're working on that. That's gonna be a meat and two turkey scoring. First, they're
gonna have to get.
He's got to be 4.5 years old before you shoot him. We're trying to get him to 4.5. Let me tell you right now, he better not gobble like a man, and I can only see top of his head. Because if he's a Jake over the ridge and he's gobbling like a man, he's going to get shot. I mean, I've shot enough. I don't have to, I don't shoot Jakes. And
as my grandfather always said, they all eat the same.
You're exactly right. That's what an old man told me years ago when I first got into this stuff. And because he said, would you shoot a Jake? And at that time, I said, well, yeah, I guess I would. I had never killed a turkey. Well, I guess I killed a turkey, but I hadn't killed many of them. And that's what he told me. He said, when you fry them up, they all taste the same. And he's 100% right. And as long as it's legal, you'll never hear me ever criticize a grown man, a young man. If they want to shoot them if it's legal. Mississippi, they're not legal. So don't shoot them in Mississippi. And that's breaking the law. But yeah, no, I've deer hunted most of my life. So I've killed plenty of deer and I still deer hunt, but the club that I run, we try to get them to 3.5 just so they're mountable. But all the kids, it's a free for all. Them kids, if they see it and want to shoot it, shoot it. That's what we're here for.
Them Cajuns will wipe you out.
Yeah.
You're right. But luckily we don't have but one Cajun, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. So he's a super old guy. Been going through tough times.
Oh, yeah.
I've been having him on my prayer list. But,
well, I've extended the welcome out to Tristen if he wants to come deer hunt at one of our camps or whatever, or up here at the house, or
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm gonna make it up there one weekend.
Well, you can slip over. I hunt in Dallas County, so you can hit 82 and you can come right on over this way. You're living in Montevallo right now, so all you got to hit is 39 and run in 22, and you're there. So
yeah, and all I got to do is hit 65 and run up there to go.
Yeah.
Where y'all are at now.
Mm-hmm. I killed the best deer I've killed in years right behind my shop. Back in January, all this running around I've been doing. I own a little tract of land down in Dallas County, and I run a hunting club. We got 3,500 acres. I come up here and kill the deer on a 3-acre spot behind my shop. So, yeah, no, you're more than welcome.
I've never killed a big buck, but apparently I'm a dang good deer guy.
I'll tell you what now. I'll be honest with you. If you'll come look, I've got a little 40-acre tract. It's got 3 green fields, a couple shooting houses, and tripod, and you'll be more than welcome. Because I know how it is. You'll be in school doing all your stuff. You get you a couple hours and we'll go hunt one evening. I'll show you where it is and put you a permit in your pocket or permission slip. You're more than welcome to drive down there. Because you could be there in less than an hour. Well, about an hour, I guess, from Montevallo.
Yeah.
But
that's last year. I had found some bucks and been feeding one in particular, and I guess you could say I was the guide for my dad. He went and killed that deer.
Well, yep.
Pops needs a win every now and then too.
Remember who got you into this?
Pops wins a little bit too much. You got to leave some for the rest of us.
Yeah. Gotta take it easy. Well, Pops, I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's still working or retired, but got to cut him a little slack.
Oh yeah, he still works. He don't get much time off to hunt.
Well, there you go.
He makes sure in the spring he gets his time off.
There you go. That's the important time.
Most important time of the year.
That's what somebody asked me about. You going to take off opening week of this or opening week of gun season, rut? No. I'm just barely around from the end of March until, heck, it was nearly the end of May this year.
But you're telling me I am going to take off for NWTF and for opening week.
Yeah, we'll be off. We'll be at NWTF about 4 days. So
yeah,
I'll be up there all week.
Well, we'll be there. Now we don't stay there. We stay across the road. But I got a good friend that owns a bunch of condos over there in the Wyndham Hotel place. That's where we stay at. But we're there all day, every day. And I expect to see you.
Where we're staying at.
They probably got y'all
rooms
rooms
there.
On
that big stage.
They probably got you rooms there at the Opry Hotel. What do they call it? Opryland Hotel?
The Opryland?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be on the big stage. You'll be up there with all the big boys. We'll stand in line and get you an autograph.
I'll mail you an autograph.
Oh, I see. Have all them little groupie girls around him, chasing him around. Oh, you might have a girlfriend. Might not need to say that.
Let's hope she don't listen.
When he comes up here, though, we've traded this out. When he comes to hunt, he's going to cook while he's here.
Is he going to cook? Oh, I thought he was going to take us turkey hunting.
Well, he didn't get that far into that.
He'll be going. Boys, I've got to go to. It's bedtime. I've got an early class in the morning.
My throat ain't feeling right. I can't. So.
Yeah, I can't run a mouth call real good. My throat's hurting.
Yeah, okay. I know, but but you can run a friction call.
He'll be an ace wraps time he comes up.
That's
Look,
right. Both my wrists are bad, and I got this sore on my tongue. I can't run a mouth call.
Tennis elbow, carpal tunnel. Who have it going on?
I'll show it with double arm cast. I'll give leg cast.
Well, look, I know we've kept you on here a long time. If we missed something you needed to tell us or find out about, or
spit them social medias out.
Yeah, let everybody know what you're on and what handles you're using, and That way I can listen to it too. Make sure I've got it all down right. When I put it in our show notes at the end.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and YouTube, and it's Tristen Hargreaves on both, or on all of them.
Okay. Every one of them's the same then, so it'll be easy.
Every one of them's the same, and if you go to one, you'll find the rest because they're linked up under them.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. That'll make it easy.
And if you haven't ever watched him and you're listening to this,
sure,
get on there and check him out.
I'm sure I've seen him on TikTok. I don't do a lot of YouTube following around and stuff. I try to put our content on, but
I think it's funny. Like the day I went to that meeting with the program I'm in college, I'm with the Outdoor Scholars program here at the University of Montana Valley, and I went to a meeting there today, and a guy walked up to me. He said, "Man," he said, "you're on my For You page all the time."
Let's see.
I have a good many people walk up to me and, "Hey, I know you from somewhere," and it all goes back to TikTok.
I've only had that happen to me one time. That was that little old boy that works over here at
at Stevens Poultry. Yeah.
I went in there and bought some. He said, "I know your voice."
Yeah, his brother and my son were best friends in school. We're still best friends.
I gave him a hat. I said, "You're the first person to ever recognize me out in public." I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But anyway, no, we appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing your story, and we're gonna pay a lot more attention and try to catch up with you if you get doing some calling contests. Well, I know we'll see you in Nashville. I hope we make it. I've yet to get to really sit down in the contest itself, and we're so busy. We're with Legacy Game Calls. We just made them adopt us, and we forced ourselves on them as pro staff. So now I want you to do this year. I want you to come over or get somebody to come over to their booth, find Dustin, and make him blow every call he has around his neck. Say, I want to hear that elk call. I want to hear that coyote. Do that coon squaller for me. He's going to have about 40 of them around his neck.
It's my Mr. T starter kit.
Yeah. So I was going to say he might be too young to know who Mr. T is.
You can't say I don't know who Mr. T is. The A-Team, Rocky.
There you go. Well, all right. You're an old soul.
I even played my mom the video of Mr. T singing the Mother's Day song on Mother's Day.
Well, good deal.
He's from Colby.
Well, they ain't a whole lot.
Right.
You got cable TV or satellite out there.
All there was to watch was Gunsmoke.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Hey, when you get my age, I got XM radio, but I listen to radio classics. I'm listening to doggone radio TV. Well, they're not TV shows. For those TV shows, I'm listening to Gunsmoke on it. Drives my wife crazy. Drives my brother crazy. So
my grandfather, it was nothing but Gunsmoke, Bonanza, Wagon Train, and John Wayne. If you had John Wayne in it, he was gonna watch it.
And the Rifleman.
Oh yeah. And my dad now, it's constant. The same rotation.
Hey, it just happens as you get older. I watch the same stuff.
Yeah, I know you do. Well, you get to liking things. I mean, I know I've seen Josie Wells 400 times, but 401 times, that'd be all right.
It's not going to matter.
With
I can sit there and watch Tombstone 300 times.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite movie.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Always has been.
No, Jeremiah Johnson's my favorite movie. Me and my brothers, we get together down at my dad's house like Christmas Eve, and this is no joke. One of us will start a line in Jeremiah Johnson, and we can do the whole scene. I'm talking about, well, even Josie Wells. My brother, I got a little brother. He ain't little, pretty good sized feller now. He can sound just like Chief Dan George, the Indian that's on there with that dang hard rock candy. I'm looking through, or whatever he said. I mean, just cracks you up. So yeah, it's just an old man thing. So you'll be there one of these days.
Yeah, my mom came back one day. I was home sick, and she said, "What you been doing all day?" I said, "I'm watching Gunsmoke." She couldn't help but die laughing. I mean, I can sit there and I can watch them too. I mean, I guess it was just bred in me.
There you go.
I went to his mom's prom.
What? Did you? Oh my God. Holy crap. Is that story you told me about?
We've hung out at a lot of the same
So
places.
y'all probably have met not knowing.
Me and his mom.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, just not knowing each other, but I mean, in passing probably went, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Well, and I know one of his cousins.
He hung out with my dad's nephew.
Oh my God. See, I told you, he knows everybody. He's been everywhere.
I've been everywhere.
Oh, there he is.
Johnny Cash.
Oh, Johnny Cash. Well, that's why we're going to be in turkey hunting. We've turkey hunted everywhere, man.
Yeah.
We're going to try it anyway.
Yep.
Well, look, we appreciate you.
Go
ahead.
I'm going to make sure to come up there.
I want you to come up here. We'll get you come up here. We'll get you in studio and we'll do one.
Yeah. You come up deer hunt. We'll do We'll do a in person.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely do that. I know me and Dustin get to talking and we'll talk for 4 hours.
Yeah, I'll kill the deer. Y'all gonna be talking. I'll kill the deer. But you know, he ain't said a word about it. Y'all come on down here and turkey hunt though. Come with us. Come on down.
It's almost like he don't even turkey hunt.
Hey,
I know it. I know it.
Hey, I'm 18 and I don't have any land.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But you notice when you said, "Hey, why don't
you know everybody in the industry now, so you should be able to, call up Bo Brooks. Say, hey, buddy, you got one goblin you can put me on, put me and my buddies on.
We got fuel. We'll travel.
Call Waddell up and say, hey, you got one of them one-legged turkeys hopping around down there?
We coming.
Oh my gosh, that's saying. That's where I got my company name, Hoppin' Tom Game Dog. My dad would not let me. My dad would not let me do another name. It had to be Hoppin' Tom.
Hoppin' Tom. Oh my God. That might be the name of the podcast. We're talking to Hoppin' Tom.
The Hoppin' Tom podcast.
There you go. Hey, you could probably make some pretty cool T-shirts.
No, I've told everybody because they're like, I've had people ask me if you could ever have a TV show one day, what would the name of it be? I told them Hoppin' Tom TV.
Yep, there you go.
You could be there one of these days, considering that's what you're doing in college. And
that's
all.
Right.
I mean, you won't.
Oh yeah.
You can cut out a lot of people just by doing it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cut out a lot of headaches.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good deal. We're gonna let you get off here. It's already getting past Dustin's bedtime. I know you're a young guy. You probably don't go to bed 2, 3 in the morning. Get up at 7, go to class. So I can't do that anymore. I get up at 5 every morning. So, but we appreciate it. It's been a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me on.
Well, stay in touch, and like I say, if there's something we can do, help you out on that calling contest, or just try to get you lined up on a decent deer this year, let us know.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Be glad to.
I'll stay in touch for sure.
Yeah. I know he's got one he could put you on probably up here. I might have one down yonder. One just showed up today. I think he's a 10-point.
So. I wish Alabama had a velvet season. I mean, I'm chomping at the bits to get after.
Well, I don't know if they ever will. If they can figure out a way to make a few dollars in it, they will, though.
Oh, yeah. You can buy a special.
Oh, yeah. You'll start having to buy a deer tag.
We can't get a lottery.
A deer stamp.
Yeah. Well, we can't get a lottery. I don't look for a velvet season anytime soon. We're surrounded by everybody with velvet season and lottery. So, but anyway, man, we appreciate you being here, and good luck with all your calling contests. And we look forward to having you come north up 65 and seeing us.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I will for sure.
Good deal. Well, all right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Tristen. Thank you.
All right.
All right. See you.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
Yeah. He's all about wanting to get up here and get him one of these bucks.
He's wanting to get one of them big old Winston County deer.
And the good thing is, I don't care about him anymore.
Yeah,
so I'm more than happy to help the guy out.
Hey, we just getting older and older. He's coming up that ladder. One day when we ain't got, he might say, "Come down here on my farm."
That's a very good possibility.
I remember you took care of me. You got me on a big buck.
Let me roll you out in your wheelchair to the blind. Call you in a bird.
He ain't gonna do that. He lets shoot a deer. But anyway, it was good. Yeah, it was a good one tonight. So, you got anything coming up we need to talk about? Or, I know we're not really. We know this will be coming out. I don't know exactly when, but season's getting here upon us. So, it's time to get your gun, your bows out. If you ain't got your bow out, get it out. You don't want to pull it back and the string snap on you. Or
and all bow shops are 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, they're every one of them. I guarantee you, Vans is.
They are. I heard him telling the guy the other day 4 weeks.
So, get your bow out. Get your crossbow. If you shoot a crossbow, for sure, get it out. There is way too much tension and moving parts. You do not want to go out in the woods. You might get away with getting your gun out of your rifle case. I don't even suggest that. I always go out and shoot mine. I want to make sure it shoots right. I want to make sure it's still on.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, it's on. But there's that one time something got bumped, something moved, the humidity changed.
Not a big when you see the old big boy.
Yep. It sure will. So, get your tree stands out, check them. Put fresh straps on your ladder stands.
And you lock on.
On your lock-ons. Don't be you know what? The hospital bill is going to cost a whole lot more than them straps cost.
If it ain't a
if you're alive, a funeral will cost.
Mm-hmm.
And
where are you hunting?
I'll be honest with you. I hope when I die, they just find me sitting against a tree with a turkey call laying beside me or in my hand. But I don't want to fall out of no tree.
Mm-mm.
I don't want a gun to blow up on me. I sure don't want nobody else shooting me.
Don't want a bow to blow up in your face.
No. So do your due diligence and get that stuff out and check it out. You still got, at the time of this recording, you still got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for your bow, but especially for your guns and your tree stands. You got anything else?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll see everybody in about a week. So take care of your trees because that's where turkeys sleep.